Brought to you by Penguin.
Biased, Uncovering the Hidden Prejudice That Shapes What We See, Think, and Do, by Jennifer Eberhardt, Ph.D. For my love, Rick, who inspires me to do more and to move further than I ever thought I could. A journey is called that because you cannot know what you will do with what you find, or what you find will do to you. James Baldwin. Introduction. I walked in through a sea of navy blue uniforms. The auditorium was filled to capacity with 132 sworn members of the Oakland Police Department sitting motionless with perfect posture, erect, arms crossed. As I walked down the aisle to take the stage, I could not see their faces, but I already knew what they were thinking. The road to this particular presentation was a long one. The police force was still recovering from a major scandal that had left a legacy of distrust in the community. I was just wrapping up a 2-year report that was about to be released to the public, one of the final steps required by the federal oversight team brought in to investigate extensive civil rights violations by members of this department. And I didn't want the police to be blindsided by our findings. Many in the community were calling for an end to racial profiling. They wanted fair treatment. They were demanding justice. Many in the police department felt they were delivering that justice every day, sometimes at great sacrifice. I wanted to help the officers to understand the insidious ways in which implicit bias could act on human decision-making despite the officers' noble intentions and deliberate efforts. Reporters were pressuring me to discuss our findings before the report was released, but I couldn't. There was too much at stake. I first wanted the department to be prepared and to be willing to work with our team as they crafted solutions to any problems the report would reveal. I was tired, exhausted, really, from working on the report around the clock for months, to the neglect of my teaching, my husband, and our 3 sons. As I marched up the aisle, I could feel a chill in the room. I made it to the stage. Although not exactly as modern or as high-tech as the classrooms at Stanford where I normally taught, the auditorium, with its wood-paneled walls and rows of cushioned red metal chairs, seemed familiar enough. I looked out at the faces in the crowd, searching for a connection. I found every face expressionless, their eyes distant. Each officer wore a crisp, clean uniform over a bulletproof vest. At the waist was a duty belt holding the essential tools of their trade: handcuffs, taser, OC pepper spray, and Glock 17 9mm firearm. The officers looked ready for duty, but no one seemed ready to engage with me. For the first time in my career, I was facing a hostile crowd. There was no booing or yelling. There were no verbal complaints of any kind, just a steely silence that was more eloquent than any words. I tried to make a few jokes. Nothing landed. I led them through an interactive shoot-don't-shoot simulation, which was always a crowd pleaser. The exercise fell flat. I showed a few movie clips that in other places triggered bursts of laughter. Still nothing. Finally, I caught the eye of LaRon Armstrong, a captain whom...
Sample complete. Ready to continue?